Ciao Juventini, ciao Bianconeri, I hope you're all doing well. Second video of the day, and this time only positive news. I'm super happy to do that video because it was a Friday where a lot of things happens. Looks like the managers of Juve, they wanted to really go on a weekend, on a long weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and then coming back on Monday. And they wanted to close everything they could on a Friday afternoon. I will tell you everything that happened, from contract renewal and extensions. No, this morning I know I fooled you a bit because I said someone had a contract renewal, and actually I was speaking about my own contract renewal remaining for Twitch at least for the season 23-24, and then we will see in the future. But this time now I'm speaking about real players, and also a new signing, and also a player that is about to be sold. And this morning I was also speaking about Juventus that needed to do one thing: selling well at the price that we wanted, and actually they made me happy because that's what they did. And we'll maybe speak about the manager that is joining back Juventus. Attenzione, we go with the first news, the new one. The 2006 born player, a Spanish one, is called Bruno Martinez Crous. We will call him Bruno Martinez. 2006, young player. From the moment that I heard about his name, that Juventus took him from Espanyol, that is located in Barcelona. Well, I went to YouTube. I wanted to see a bit of highlights, a bit of videos. I couldn't find him. Also on Google, if you type the name, it's really minimal, the information that you will have about that young player. So I tried to call a bit of people from the football world to understand, was he great? Was he not great? Who is that guy? I really wanted to know so that I could share with you the information. So the people told me, good player. He's young, from 2006, but already tall, beautiful physique, a player that is already well known in Spain, and that some clubs were already interested in. But again, we have to speak about a potential great player that will not join the first team, but he will join under 19. They spoke a lot well about that player to me, and that's why I am excited. Then maybe he will flop, maybe we'll never hear about him, but I can guarantee you that 2 years ago, when for the first time we were speaking about Heisen coming from Malaga, a lot of people were telling me, Beppe, who is that guy? Nobody was really clicking in the video on the video of Heisen because it was not really an interest. Well, that guy, 2006, coming to reinforce probably the team of Paulo Montero. They will discuss to see if Paulo Montero will continue to be the coach of under 19, and he can be a real great potential as a center back, probably taking the spot of Heisen that started the season with the under 19 before being promoted in the under 23 that is now it's already a long time, called Next Gen. And that's one. We put him aside. Bruno Martinez. Put the name in your hand, remember him and remind about him in a few seasons. And then we have the contract extensions. Heisen. It was not a secret. A lot of people were already saying that it was a done deal. We were just waiting that the season was over so that we could announce it. You know it, for the players before having a real pro contract, we have to wait that they have 18 years old. Well, today the announcement has been done until 2027. I'm super happy about that. Then I don't know if Dean will be loaned out or not, but that's a really beautiful sign. He's not extending until 2025. Like in Junior, for example. He's not extending until 2026, he's extending until 2027. We know it. Heisen, from the moment that he came to Juve, he was burning all the steps from under 17 to under 19. He didn't even play a lot with the under 19 because Montero said, that guy is too great. He can't stay with the youth academy. Let's promote him so that he can really already start playing in the third division of Italy with the Next Gen, where he was a starter. He was not on the bench. I'm expecting Heisen next season to have some appearances with the first team. Calma, tranquilli, he will not be the starter of Juve first team next season. He's 18 years old. He's a fantastic player with a really beautiful future. What are his skills? Well, he's really talented, he's really tall, even if he's 18 years old, super tall. He's great in reading the game, beautiful in terms of anticipating the strikers from the opponent teams, but he's also both-footed. He can play with the left, he can play with the right. He has a fantastic rocket in his foot. Again, he doesn't care that he's with the left or his right, and when there are corner kicks or set pieces, when he's going up, you can be sure that he is really dangerous. Scored a lot of goals with the under 17, with the under 19, already scored some with the next gen. Guys, this is a fantastic news because we are really showing that we are trusting that Dutch young player. And then we go towards mon chouchou. What does that mean in French, mon chouchou? The one that I am really taking care about. Joseph Nonge Boende. Today, contract extension until 2026. Joseph Nonge is... Ragazzi, I don't tell you a lot about that because most of the time I'm the one that is telling you, calma, tranquilli, give them time so that they can grow. Don't put too much pressure on them. Don't compare them with ex-legend. Give them freedom to grow and time. Be patient with these young kids. But guys, trust me. If you can trust me on one name, I bet if I had like €1 here, I would bet him on Joseph Nonge to be a phenomenon in the future. This is a guy that I trust that can be fantastically well. If you don't know Joseph is playing with the under 19, already had some appearances with the under 23, and probably will be definitely promoted from next season, even if he is already only 18. Joseph is a midfield that is fantastic. He's quite tall and fantastic in short spaces, in terms of dribblings. He's really great in terms of vision, in changing the game. Physical, he has everything. I compare him, and attenzione, be ready, to the young Pogba. To the young Pogba that arrived at Juventus, do you remember, in 2012, 2013. That young kid that you could already see he has something different. I have bet that €1 on Pogba when he arrived at Juve before him starting to be exposed on all the papers, and I won that battle, even if after, when he went to Manchester United, it was not my problem anymore. But I see the same things in him, and I will even tell you more. I also see some characteristics of him from Davids. Not that I immediately identify them, but a day Montero spoke in front of the microphones and he said, I am already showing him some tapes, you know, the old tapes, like now some videos, of Edgar Davids, because he has potential to become a future Edgar Davids. So for me, a mix between Edgar Davids, that was a midfield that was physical, yes, full of grinta, but with a lot of technique, and a mix of the young first generation Pogba, well, Joseph Nonge has that. But attenzione, he needs to mature a bit. I believe that at the moment Dean Heisen is a bit more mature than Joseph. If there is one thing that I want him to improve, except of the maturity, it's that sometimes he looks a bit lazy on the field. When the ball is to the opponent or where he loses the ball or whatever, most of the time you see him when he's not really involved into the game, that he's walking. I would love to have him a bit more active on the field and not lose a bit of concentration when the ball possession is to the other ones, or even if we have the ball and he's not really on that side. Well, I would love to have him a bit less lazy in some parts of the game, but when he has the ball, fantastic. Now we end with the two last news. Kulusevski, Fabrizio Romano, Romeo Agresti, Sky Sport Italia with Di Marzio, they are all confirming that everything is nearly done. €30 million is the deal between Juventus and Tottenham. Kulusevski will be a Tottenham player and not anymore on loan, but definitely. And that's a great one, because we were reading the last days that Tottenham was offering €20 million. Juventus said, no, there is a small margin. For what? Because you didn't qualify to Champions League, because Conte is not there anymore, Paratici is not there anymore, the people that really wanted him to Tottenham. We can understand that the deal that we made when we loaned him out 18 months ago is not anymore that valid, so great for us. But we don't want to go to 20-25 million euro. So 30 million is the price, and I'm super proud because this morning I was telling it on the channel, if there is something that I really want Juventus to see improving and really fast already from now, is the ability to sell at the price that we set. It needs to be official yet, but that's what the journalists are confirming. We finish with the last one. Claudio Chiellini. I was about to say Claudio Giorgio. No. Claudio Chiellini, that is the twin brother of Giorgio Chiellini. He was already taking care of the youth academy in the past. He went out of Juve to take care of Pisa, where he didn't do bad. He's coming back to be director of the next gen project, but also be responsible for all the players that are loaned out. What will be his task when he will be back? Well, being the director of the next gen, because you know it, Manna has been temporarily promoted at the moment without knowing if Giuntoli will arrive or not, definitely promoted, and then he will take care of that. And then also the loaned out players. What does that mean? That every player that is loaned out by Juventus, he will try to monitor them to see the evolution. Are they doing well? Are they playing enough? Having contacts with the entourage, with the new clubs and so on. So big one, nice one also because it's one that worked a lot of time at Juventus already. So he knows the structure, he knows the atmosphere, he knows the club really well. And you know it, having a Chiellini, even if it's not Giorgio yet, but having a Chiellini at Juventus is always nice. That was it for all the news. Short video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maximum of like. Don't forget that. Subscribe to the channel if you didn't yet. Grazie, forza. Juve.